100 is 100 RPM only. Okay, that is we require the reduction gear also, or we need some reduction gear also. And for connecting the main engine to the propeller through a reduction gear, that is, propeller operates about 100 RPM, and the output flames, that is gear and engine, and the engine is situated one position and gear is situated nearby engine, so that the engine operates at about 400 RPM, and its power transmits only 100 RPM. Okay, that means with the help of a propeller, the power is transmitting. Okay, that means our engine is having 400 RPM and it is rotating. Okay, that means the RPM, revolutions per minute, is engine speed is 400 RPM, and with the help of a propeller, it operates. The gear is operating. That is, power is downing. That means from 400 RPM to 100 RPM. Okay. Have you hearing? That means hearing my voice? ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ ഞാൻ ഷെയർ ചെയ്ത് മറ്റേ വാട്സപ്പിൽ ഇത് കിട്ടിയോ?
ഇല്ല സാർ.
ഇല്ല, ഒരു സെക്കൻഡ് ഞാൻ ഒന്നുകൂടെ നോക്കട്ടെ. Okay, now you can check. I have shared the PPT on our group. Okay, S2 thermodynamics. S2 agree. Okay, that group. You please check. So our aim is to reduce or to enlarge power. Okay, that means the motor is or engine is working always same speed. That means, for example, 400 RPM. Engine operates at about 400 RPM, and with the help of a propeller or a gear, we are reducing the speed or enlarging speed. That initially we are having neutral gear and neutral. That means no gear, and then the vehicle is starting, then neutral to first gear and second gear, like that. Okay, that means the speed is varying. Okay, so for the purpose, we are generally utilizing the gears, and generally we can call it as a friction wheel. Okay, that means while the gear is rotating, there may be some friction is occurring. That means one gear is like that, and one tooth of the one gear is like that, and the other is like. Okay, so while it is rotating, this one is rotary motion and rotor, and then other is stator. Okay, that means the part of the engine is having a gear, that we can call it as a rotor. Okay, that means while the engine is rotating, the rotor is also rotating. Okay, and the part of that machine, for example, vehicle or like that. So the the engine sides, we can call it as a rotor, and the next to the engine, we can call it as a stator. Okay, while the rotor is rotating and it is having some like that. Okay, the gear is like somewhat like that, and it is having round shape. So this is a rotor and this is stator. Okay, while the rotor is rotating, at the same time the stator is also rotating. Okay, that is happening or the gear while the gear is starting or the engine is starting, the gear is working that in that way. Okay. And what is the purpose of, or what is the main advantage of a gear? That means the first point is it transmits exact velocity ratio. Okay. That means for each and every machine or engine that is having some velocity or velocity ratio. So the main purpose or advantage is that it transmits exact velocity ratio. That means each and every motor or machine or equipment is having different velocity ratios. And so the main advantages of gear is it transmits exact what is the velocity ratio required for a machine. Okay, and that occupies or with the help of a gear trains, we will get or we will arrive or reach the required exact velocity ratio. Okay, and second advantage is that it may be used to transmit large power. Okay, while a motor or a machine is working. Okay, that means not a vehicle where a machine is working. At that case, a large power is required. Okay, and at that case also we are making arrangement of the gears, and so it may be used to transmit large power. Okay, and third case is it has high efficiency. With the help of a gear train, we will reach or we will get maximum efficiency. Okay, and the efficiency you always know what is meant by efficiency. And then fourth case is it has a reliable service. Okay, and we can and we will get maximum service from that gear train or gears. And and next case is it has compact layout. Okay, the layout of the gear train is somewhat smaller. Layout means compactable. Okay, and while speaking to the advantage, we can also consider the disadvantage also. Okay, that means each and every equipment there is having some advantages, and on the same way we have some disadvantages also. Okay, and that case, the what is the main disadvantage is that the manufacturers of gear require special tools and equipment. Okay, while we are making a gear, we require a special tools and arrangement. Okay, and the common machines cannot be used to produce gears. Okay, so we require a special arrangement for making gears, and also we require some special tools. Then only we will get the required gears. Okay, and the next disadvantage is that the error in cutting teeth may cause vibration and noise during operation. Okay, while we are making the gear arrange or manufacturing the gear, there may be we have some teeth. Okay, and whether the teeth dimension is varying, at that case, what's happening? The arrangement. That means I already told that we have some stator and rotor. Okay, and while the rotor is rotating and the stator's teeth is come into the inside or in contact with the stator's teeth. Okay, so while the some variations where the error is occurring in the teeth shape, that will occur high maximum vibration and noise during operation. This is the disadvantage of a gear. Next, we can go to the types of gears. Okay, we have different types of gears is available. One is the first case is a spur gear. Okay, spur gear, you can see the picture on that. And that means I have already shared our WhatsApp group. That is a spur gear is having the similar. That means okay, you can see the spur gear. And then the second case is helical gear, and third case is spiral bevel gears. Okay, and fourth case is spur bevel gears. Okay, and spiral bevel gears. Then rack and pinion gears. Initially, I will read the same and then explain separately. Okay, then rack and pinion gears, then worm gears, then planet pinion carriers and shaft hypod gears. Okay, these are the some examples, or we have with the generally available types of gears. Okay, spur gear, helical gear, extra. Okay. This is the first one type of classification, types of gears. And the while considering the toothed wheels, you know that means tool. Okay, here next class I will show a gear. Okay, and for getting more idea, and the initially how the classification of gears is required. That means first case is according to the position of axis of the shaft. Okay, that means generally we are having a shaft and pulley. A shaft is that means from center, and the pulley is and the okay, and a pulley is having a hole, and the shaft is kept inside to the pulley. Okay, that means in the pulley is we are making gear. Okay, so the first classification is going to according to the position of axis of the shaft. Okay, in this case we have parallel motion, then intersecting, and third case is non-intersecting and non-parallel. Okay, this is a some way of classification. That means according to the position of axis of the shaft. Okay, shaft with respect to the shaft, position of the shaft, we are having parallel. Okay, that means one is this is for example, this is our pulley and this is our shaft. Okay, then this is one case parallel, and then intersecting. Okay, and non-intersecting and non-parallel, and this is known as a first way of classification. And then we can check the spur gear. Okay, this is first case is we can you please check the spur gear. Okay, the arrangement is somewhat like 90 degrees. Okay, the teeth angle, and that means we in you please you will look the picture. That means in the here there is no network issue. There is having network issue, so I cannot operate the lab. Okay. Otherwise, I will share the screen. That's why I have sent the file to our group. Okay. So you please check the group. The spur gear is having. Okay. The initially first case is spur gear, and what is the position of the angle, and this is the angle is 90 degree. Okay, spur gear is having 90 degree, and the same one pulley is larger one, and the next mating gear is a smaller gear. Okay, two is having a same position, so that while the smaller pulley is rotating, at that case the larger pulley is also rotating. Okay, and the two pulleys are keep a position, that means required position, then only, and all the time the small gear as well as this large gear is mating. Okay, that means what is meant by mating? That means to make touch each other. Okay, that means while the smaller pulley is connecting to the engine, or the electrical motor, and while it is rotating, the larger pulley is also rotating. Okay, that means that is a spur gear, and the and case of next is helical gears. Okay, helical gear is having some angle. Okay, and that we will discuss later. That means I will show all the angles of each and every gears. Then only we can or you will get more idea. Okay. Next, we have some a picture gearbox. Okay, and the synchronizes. We can see the gearbox in the first gear. Okay, you please look the picture. Okay, and the red color marked that the gearbox is in the first gear. Okay, and it has marked, and the second gear is marked to the with the color of blue color. Okay, just uh, showing. Okay. Next is very important term, that is gear nomenclature. Okay. Wow. So what is meant by a gear nomenclature? All the main parts of our gear is drawn and marked in an orderly manner, that we can call it as a gear nomenclature. Okay. And in the picture, we have seen two teeth. Okay, that means, and this is in the round shape. Okay, and the other teeth are not shown, but you imagine it is in a circular position, and all the other teeth are available. Okay, you just imagine. Okay. So this is the very important term in our topic, that is gear nomenclature. Okay, and the main components or main parts of this gear nomenclature is as follows. One is the main body, that is a, and it is having a circular position, and it is having a center point. Okay, and you please imagine the all the parts of our gear nomenclature. And the first case is the top land. Top land means what? The area or part of our tooth top surface. That means that we can call it as a top land. And the what is meant by face width? Face width means the width of the tooth of our gear. That means we call it as the each and every it's having some position, that we can call it as a tooth. Okay, and the outside circle. Okay, from the base point to the outside circle, we can call it as, or that we can mark it as outside circle. Okay, that means from the center point, you please imagine, and from the center position to the outside area or outside point, we can call it as outside circle. Okay, and the next case is the tooth thickness. What is meant by tooth thickness? From the two teeth. Okay, from one position to the teeth to the next position, we can call it as a tooth space. Okay, and the root or root face width we have defined, and the next case is outside circle, also we have defined. Okay, that means we are having a center point, and from the center point to the maximum point, we can call it as outside circle. Okay, and from the outside circle to the inside area, we can call it two different terms. Okay, one is addendum and the second is dedendum. Okay, so what is meant by addendum? That means from pitch circle to the top outside circle, we can call it as addendum circle or addendum. And from the base point to the pitch circle, we can call it as a dedendum. Have you hearing?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. So we are having two different positions. That is, one is addendum circle and second is dedendum circle. Okay, you please imagine full circle of this gear. Okay, we have only two gears. Sorry, two teeth here, and you please imagine it is having a circular position, and all other teeth are available. Okay, then only we can imagine. Okay, or then only we will get the more idea on the and the from the flank. Flank means the bottom area of our teeth. Okay, flank to the outside circle, we are having a circular position, and the center of that is from the base to the outside circle, we are and from this and we are imagining a center circle. Okay, that center circle we can call it as a pitch circle. Okay, pitch circle, and it is very important. And from the pitch circle to the outside circle, we can call it as an addendum. Okay, and the pitch circle to the base of our teeth, generally we can call it as dedendum. It is very important, addendum as well as dedendum. So what is meant by addendum? Addendum is having the area of from the pitch circle to the outside side circle, we can call it as addendum circle. And from the pitch circle to the base of our teeth of our gear, we can call it as dedendum. Okay. And we can define each term. That means pitch circle. Pitch circle means it is an imaginary circle which by pure rolling action would give the same motion as the actual gear. Okay. It is nothing but pitch circle is nothing but it is an imaginary center line of our teeth. Okay, that is known as pitch circle. Then next is pitch circle diameter. So what is meant by pitch circle diameter? It is the diameter of the pitch circle. Diameter of the pitch circle we can call it as pitch circle diameter. And the size of the gear is usually specified by the pitch circle diameter. Generally, with the help of a pitch circle diameter, we can define the size of our gear. Okay, and it is also known as pitch diameter. And next important case is pitch point. What is meant by pitch point? It is a common point of contact between two pitch circles. Okay, two pitch circle is having a common point that we can call it as a pitch point. Okay, and next is a pitch surface. What is meant by a pitch surface? Pitch surface means it is the surface of a rolling disc which the meshing gears have replaced at the pitch circle. Okay, that means meshing gears means what? One gear is here and the other gear is here. Okay, then these two gear is a meshing gear. Okay, that means in contact with. Okay, while a gear is rotating, at that case the meshing gear is also rotating. That is very important. Then only the power can be transmitted. Okay. The next important point is addendum. So what is how we can define an addendum? Addendum is the radial distance of a tooth from the pitch circle to the top of the tooth. Radial distance of the tooth from the pitch circle to the top of the circle or the top of the tooth, we can call it as addendum, and it is very important. Addendum is, you please remember, addendum is outside. Okay, that means not inside. Okay, that means from the pitch circle to the top, that we can call it as addendum. And what is meant by dedendum? Dedendum is the radial distance of a tooth from the pitch circle to the bottom of the tooth. From the bottom of the tooth to the pitch circle, generally we can call it as a dedendum. Okay, these are very, you remember please, that is, it is very important. Addendum is on top side of our gear, and dedendum is bottom side of the gear. Bottom side means from the base to the base side of our tooth of the gear to the imaginary pitch circle. Okay, that means that we can call it as a dedendum circle or dedendum, and addendum is from the pitch circle to the outside circle. We can call it as an addendum. Okay, and that area we can call it as addendum, and generally the dedendum means the pitch circle to the bottom of our teeth. Okay, and next we are having two important, that is addendum circle as well as dedendum circle. Okay, what is meant by addendum circle? It is a circle drawn through the bottom of the teeth, top of the teeth, and is concentric with the pitch circle. Okay, so what is meant by addendum circle? It is a circle drawn through the top of the teeth and is concentric with the pitch circle. Okay, concentric with the pitch circle, that we can call it as addendum circle. And what is meant by dedendum circle? Dedendum, it is a circle drawn through the bottom of the teeth. It is a circle drawn through the bottom of the teeth, that we can call it as dedendum circle. Okay. And the dedendum circle, we can generally call it as a root circle. Root circle also. And how we can compute the root circle diameter? That means root circle diameter is equal to pitch circle diameter into cos phi. Okay, where phi is the pressure angle. That you have to remember. Root circle diameter is defined as pitch circle diameter into the cos phi, where phi is the pressure angle. Okay. Next important term is circular pitch. What is meant by a circular pitch? You please look the picture. Circular pitch means it is a distance measured on the circumference of the pitch circle. It is the distance measured on the circumference of the pitch circle from a point of one tooth to the corresponding point of the next tooth. Okay. That, so what is meant by circular pitch? You please look the picture from our WhatsApp group, and the here the net problem, due to the net problem, I cannot share the PPT to our Google Class. Okay, so you please look the WhatsApp group. I have shared the PPT. Okay, so what is meant by circular pitch? It is a distance measured on the circumference of the pitch circle. It is a distance measured on the circumference of the pitch circle from a point of one tooth to the corresponding point on the next tooth. Okay, it is usually denoted by PC. P is a capital and C small letter. Okay, PC. And mathematically, circular pitch is equal to PC. PC is equal to pi into capital D divided by capital T, where capital D means what? Diameter of the pitch circle. Capital D, diameter of the pitch circle, and T is the number of teeth on the wheel. Okay, that is, you just remember that is, we are discussing about a gear, and in that case, there are a lot of teeth are available. Okay, so a pitch circle PC is equal to pi into capital D divided by capital T, where capital D is the diameter of the pitch circle and capital T is the number of teeth on the wheel. Okay, that is PC is equal to, P means P capital letter and C, and then the bottom of that P, that is PC is equal to pi D, pi into capital D divided by capital T, where capital D is the diameter of the pitch circle and capital T is the number of teeth on the wheel. Okay. And from this case, we can also consider it as, that is, we are considering a mating gears, that is, two gears is in contact with each other. Then, if then what happens? D1 is a diameter of a two machine. D1 is the diameter of first gear, and D2 is the diameter of the second gear. Okay, and the teeth of two gears are of different numbers, so that the teeth of first gear is T1, capital T1, and the teeth of the second gear is capital T2. Okay, then how we can compute the circular pitch? PC is equal to, what is the equation? PC is equal to pi D1 divided by T1 is equal to pi D2 divided by T2, or the common we can cancel, that is pi we can cancel, and then the equation will become D1 by D2 is equal to T1 by T2. That is capital D. While we are considering two mating gears, then the circular pitch can be computed like as that. That is, capital D1 divided by capital D2 is equal to capital T1 divided by capital T2. That is the final answer. Okay. Then next we can consider the diametral pitch. Okay, what is meant by a diametral pitch? That means it is a ratio of number of teeth to the pitch circle. It is the ratio of the number of teeth to the pitch circle diameter in millimeters. And it is denoted by small letter P into D, small letter D. That is, diametral pitch PD is equal to capital T divided by capital D. And that is equal to pi by PC. And where T, what is meant by T? Number of teeth. T is the number of teeth and D is the pitch circle diameter. Okay. So what is meant by a diametral pitch? It is a ratio of number of teeth to the pitch circle diameter in millimeters. Okay. And the next important term is a module. Okay, what is meant by a module? That is, it is a ratio of the pitch circle diameter in millimeters to the number of teeth. So what is meant by a module? It is the ratio of the pitch circle diameter. You please note, module is the ratio of the pitch circle diameter in millimeters to the number of teeth. Okay, it is usually denoted by small letter m. Okay, mathematically, module small letter m is equal to capital D divided by capital T. Okay, that is very important. You please remember module. Okay, so what is meant by module? It is the ratio of the pitch circle diameter. Okay, it is the ratio of the pitch circle diameter in millimeters. That is, generally it can be computed in millimeters. So the module can be defined as, it is the ratio of the pitch circle diameter in millimeters to the number of teeth. What is the maximum available number of teeth? Okay, so module M is equal to capital D divided by capital T. Okay, it is very important. And while considering the module, we have with respect to Indian standards, we have different types of modules are available. That is, one 1.25, 1.5 to 2.5, like that. Okay. So while we are making a gear, we generally have some module. Okay, we have given some module. That is one. The module of our gear is 1 or 1.25, like that. Okay, that is a standardized one. So while we are making a gear, we generally having some standard module values. Okay, that means 1.25, 1.5 to 2.53, like that. Okay, and the maximum and the last case is 20, module 20, and that is the first in the Indian standard. That means we have primary Indian standard and secondary Indian standards. Okay, that is primary Indian standard means 1 to 20, and the secondary one is 1.25, like that, from 18. Okay, so up to 18. That is a module. In standard values of module. And next is clearance. What is meant by clearance? It is a radial distance from the top of the tooth to the bottom of the tooth. That means we can call it as clearance. What is meant by clearance? It is a radial distance from the top of the tooth to the bottom of the tooth. Generally, we can call it as clearance. Okay. And while we are making this arrangement or making a circle with this arrangement, then we can call it as a clearance circle. Okay, that means what is meant by clearance circle? A circle passing through the top of the meshing gear. MESHING, meshing. Okay, meshing means what? This is one gear and this is one gear. Okay, and this we can call it as meshing. Okay, so that means clearance. And the next is total depth. Okay, what is meant by total depth? It is a radial distance between the addendum and the dedendum circles of a gear. Okay, what is meant by total depth? It is the radial distance between the addendum and the dedendum circles of a gear. Then generally we can call it as a total depth, or we can compute in another way. That is the sum of addendum to the dedendum. That we can also get total depth. Okay, that is a combination. That is we are adding. Addendum means from the pitch circle to the top. Okay, and dedendum means what? Pitch circle to the bottom land. Okay, so the total depth means what? The adding, while we are adding to the addendum to the dedendum, we will get the total depth. Okay. Next is working depth. What is meant by a working depth? It is a radial distance from the addendum circle to the clearance circle. That means we can call it as a working depth. And next is what is meant by a tooth thickness. What is meant by a tooth thickness? You please check the picture. The tooth thickness is that it is the width of the tooth measured along the pitch circle. That means we are having an imaginary center circle that we can call it as a pitch circle, and the area or the width of that tooth measured along the pitch circle, we can call it as a tooth thickness. Okay. Next is tooth space. What is meant by a tooth space? It is the width of the space between the two adjacent teeth measured along the pitch circle. That we can call it as a tooth space. What is meant by a tooth space? It is the width of the space between the two adjacent teeth measured along the pitch. Okay, and next important case is backlash. BACKLASH, backlash. It is the difference between the tooth space and the tooth thickness. Okay, it is the difference between the tooth space and tooth thickness. Next is what is meant by a face of tooth. What is mean? How we can call it as a face of tooth? It is the surface of the gear tooth above the pitch surface. Next is flank of teeth. What is meant by flank of tooth? It is the surface of the gear tooth below the pitch surface. That we can call it as a flank of tooth. Next is topland. What is meant by topland? It is the surface of the top of the tooth. The surface of the top of the tooth, we can call it as a topland. And what is meant by a face width? It is the width of the gear tooth measured parallel to its axis. And then the another important term is length of the path of contact. It is the length of the common normal cut off by the addendum circle to the wheel and pinion. Okay. Then these are the important terms in our gear. Okay, that means all the marking of this while drawing a gear. That means two teeth and with and all the markings of the particular points. Then we can call it as a gear nomenclature. Okay, so how we can define a gear nomenclature? To initially we have to draw a gear or part of a gear. That means two teeth and all, and mark all the important terms used in that gear, and that generally we can call it as a nomenclature of gear. Okay, so it is very important. Have you wrote the assignment? Have you wrote the assignment? Anybody? Hello?
In the assignment?
In the
assignment?
അസൈൻമെന്റ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ മുമ്പത്തെ സാറേ ഏതെങ്കിലും അസൈൻമെന്റ് തന്നിരുന്നോ? അതായത് ഒരു ടോപ്പിക് തന്നിട്ട് അത് എഴുതാന് തന്നിരുന്നോ? പറയൂ. ഇല്ലല്ലേ? ഓക്കെ, അപ്പൊ അത് നമുക്കേ സിലബസിൽ നമുക്ക് 2 അസൈൻമെന്റ് പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. അപ്പൊ ഇതിന്റെ ഇപ്പൊ ഞാൻ ആദ്യത്തെ ഒരു അസൈൻമെന്റ് ഞാൻ തരികയാണ്. അതായത് ഈ ഗിയർ നോമൻക്ലേച്ചർ വളരെ ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആണ്. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പൊ അതായത് ഈ ഗിയർ നോമൻക്ലേച്ചർ ഞാൻ ഇപ്പൊ അതിൽ ഷെയർ ചെയ്ത് കണ്ടിരുന്നല്ലോ. അപ്പൊ അത് ഒന്ന് നീറ്റായിട്ട് വരച്ചിട്ട് അത് അതേപോലെ എല്ലാ പാർട്സും അടയാളപ്പെടുത്തണം. കൂടാതെ അതിന്റെ എല്ലാ ടേംസും ഡിഫൈൻ ചെയ്യണം. ഇത്രയും ആണ് നമ്മുടെ ഫസ്റ്റ് അസൈൻമെന്റ്. ഓക്കെ, ഇത് കാരണം ഇത് വളരെ ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആണ്. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പൊ എന്തായാലും അല്ല ജസ്റ്റ് ഐ വിൽ സ്പീക്ക് ഇൻ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ്. ദാറ്റ് മീൻസ് other guys are also there. Okay, so students, you please note, this is our first assignment. Okay, that means we require 2 assignments in this second semester. So this is our first assignment. That means this is very important topic, that is gear nomenclature. So you have to draw the gear nomenclature, that means a part of a gear, and mark all the important components, and write the different parts. Okay, and define each one. That you have to write A4 paper. Okay, that means have you get the assignment book? Any assignment book from here?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
No or yes?
No, sir.
No, okay. No, then no problem. Then you please take 2 or 3 A4 papers. Okay, then write a heading gear nomenclature, and before that your name and roll number. Okay, and assignment number 1. Okay, and then draw the gear, and then make all the or mark all the parts, and then define each parts. Okay, and make a PDF format and then send to me. Okay, and I will how many days required for this? You can tell. 1 week.
1 week.
Eh?
1
1
week.
week. Okay. Is it agreed?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So next Monday, you please submit. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
you will get enough time. Okay. So next Monday, you please submit. Okay. And that paper you keep with you. That means while coming to this our institution, you please submit with paper. Okay. Initially, you have to make a PDF and send to me next Monday. And you the paper you please keep with you. And while coming from or this institution, you please submit. Okay. You no problem. Okay.
Okay, sir.
ഓക്കെ റെഡി അല്ലേ? ഓക്കെ, അപ്പം അത് ഇന്നിപ്പം എല്ലാവർക്കും മനസ്സിലായി എന്ന് കരുതുന്നു. അപ്പൊ ഞാൻ ഇപ്പൊ ഇവിടെ